Okay, guys. We're back. I'm back. I haven't recorded in like a good minute, but I have been playing, and I have some stuff to show you. As I suspected, my life has sort of taken over my video gameplay. And I just haven't had time. I knew that with summer coming, I was probably going to get, well, here you go. This is all new stuff. Let's go down here. I knew I was going to have some other things going on that would most likely take me off of my couch, and that has proven true the past couple of weeks. So I had been posting twice a week. See, this should look different. I think today is Sunday. This should go up by Wednesday. I did have one that went up Saturday. So this might be more of a once a week scenario. But as you can see, we've made some changes here. And as you know, I had a couple of goals in mind before I could deem myself kind of graduated from like complete useless player to like slightly less useless. And the one thing I wanted to do was build a proper house. You know, I really like our little island hut. I think that served its purpose very well. But I wanted a little more space and some proper grounds, and we're going to go up there and take a look. But let's start here. So you might remember this was like a little dirt hut that we were temporarily living in, and it's sort of become a stopgap between the house, which is up over yonder, and our gigantic cave where I got murked by a witch not too long ago. I've been on peaceful mode ever since, I'll have you guys know. And on peaceful mode I shall remain probably for the rest of this particular video, because it's going to be more of a tour. Maybe we'll do a little housekeeping things. Probably won't involve anything that could require me to go off peaceful mode. So let's just take a little look around. This was once our dirt hut. Now it's become sort of like I want to put lava in this little container just for like the ambiance. But this is sort of like a little smelting area with a chest. But, you know, we can put all the things to be smelted in here. Nothing too grand, but I think it's pretty cool. You guys know I like open air, I guess, builds. I like to be able to see the land. I like that it's up on a hill and you can kind of see through. Overall, I'm digging the vibe. But yeah, nothing too grand here. It's pretty much the same. It is the same overall shape as the dirt hut. I just replaced it with some stone and decorative items, as we can see here. And I think overall it came out pretty good. Now, would anybody who like builds a lot be impressed by this? Probably not, but I like it. I think it's cool and it serves its purpose. I still have my clay farm happening here, and I'll move it eventually. For now, it's good. You know, we'll kind of fix this landscaping up at some point. But let's go up here. So the house has been improved upon. And as you can see, there's been other buildings, but we're going to do a quick little tour around. I moved this tree like block by block by block until it was in the exact spot that I wanted it. It was meticulous and OCD, but that's fine. We've got our lovely view. But let's take a look at the house. So I've changed the shape of it a little. I watched so many videos in my attempt to sort of improve this build overall. And my conclusion was that I was building too small and too tight. And I needed to sort of expand things. So what I've added, honestly, I don't even remember what this looked like the last time I filmed. But I sort of re-scaled a lot of stuff. We've still got the pool, never fear. This looks pretty much the same, I think. But if we go in, I've added our enchanting table setup over here. It's not my favorite, but I think it does the trick, and I'll show you why. But first, let's go upstairs. So up here, I sort of rebalanced the windows. This doesn't look the best, but I did want the glass in there. And this was the only way I could think to do it without adding another layer of wall, which is not something I wanted to do. Even though we have it downstairs, I wanted the upstairs to look almost like, the idea being like this was, maybe the first floor was the ancient homestead, right? And then someone added a second floor, and this is it. And we have our balcony out here. What is this meant to be? I don't know. It's fine. A bench of some kind, whatever. And we can gaze out. That's so spooky. Oh, wow. I'm taken aback by the spookiness, but in a good way. So we've got our balcony. Again, the vibe here was supposed to be like Tuscan countryside, sort of. And overall, I think this came out really good. Obviously, this needs some decor. This needs a chest. This needs a plant. This needs something. But I'm happy with it. We've got our pattern in the middle. I finished the floor. I added the staircase. And I added, again, in concept, this was, again, another sort of addition to the main house, which became this big storage area. We've got our crafting table and our anvil that I brought from the island hut. And so you can see I've started to bring a lot of stuff over, and there's still plenty of room. We all know despite the building I've been doing, there's no shortage of cobblestone around here at all. Pop this stuff in here for now. I think this should go up here. So we can see, this is sort of the general layout of the organizational system. You know, like dirt and other sort of raw materials. This is the stone category. This is the wood category. This is kind of misc at this point. I brought a lot of this stuff over from the island. Our already smelted items and things like that. This is sort of greenery. Oh, and we're going to be using these today, I think. So I'll grab them. I'll grab. So a lot of this is still empty. There's plenty of room to expand. There's plenty of room for more chests. This is sort of like the catch-all on the way out the door. And it's dark out now, but we can still go up back. So I started to put up, I guess we have to go up here a little more. I used all my dark oak fence to sort of line the perimeter of what I consider to be our property. But just going to continue. I have to build a little more, you know, plant some more dark oak saplings. And we've got this little sort of garden shed. I think it came out pretty good. I did sort of the, what's this called? Campfire. I had a couple extra trapdoors I literally just threw up at random. I moved the concept of our bone meal. That's not a farm, but you get what I'm saying. You know, you throw extra compostable things into here and you can kind of see that it becomes bone meal. See, it's still going. I guess there must be still stuff in here. Yeah, see? So I had a bunch of extra seeds and some extra oak saplings that are slowly but surely getting down into the composter. A little smelter, a couple little containers for this kind of stuff. Like I have a full stack of oak saplings. I don't need more than that. Because I did a lot of building, so I grew a lot of oak trees. And this is sort of, well, let's go this way. I built this little farm. I did steal this from someone on Pinterest. This whole design, I did not think of it. But we've got potatoes, carrots, wheat. And the whole design came from someone else, and I stole it. And I'm not ashamed of myself. I think it fits here really nicely. I think it looks pretty cool. We've got our horsies. Sebastian's my favorite. This one just sort of fell in and hasn't despawned yet. I don't have a name for it. It's not my favorite, clearly. This one I just tamed the other day. I don't have a name for it yet, but I think I'm gonna, when I can, I gotta figure out how to mate the horsies. I think that is Sebastian's true love. Spots over there. If anyone has a better name than Spots, tell me. And there should be one more horse in here. I won't trouble myself about it just now. Planted this giant tree, and I do like, this is a spruce tree. I did like a 4 sapling arrangement here. And I kind of like how it changed the terrain around it. Like, I didn't do this. This just came with the tree, but I think it looks cool. So here's this huge, it's not huge, but it is big. Where's Billy? Oh, there he is. Stupid horse. I built this sort of barn area. I think it came out pretty cool. So here's the entrance. Please close. Thanks. Just a little area for supplies. The horses can come in here if they feel like it with their hay bales. Hi, Billy. Hi, Sebastian. This horse always consents when there's a way out. I don't know why. He hates to be in. He loves to be out. But I think this came out pretty cool. I like it. You know, it's not a grand stable or anything, but I think it certainly suits our purposes. And, you know, something that I always talked about when we were back on the other island, you know, our first little build was how I wanted to have horses and maybe a dog or whatever. So we've got a spot for the horses, and I think we're using this space pretty well, it seems, because if you come over here, right, this is obviously the side of the main house, and there's a little side entrance here to get to the storage facility. I think this is really coming together pretty nice. Don't even look at this bridge. I haven't touched the bridge. And I want the sun to come up before we do anything else. I need to get rid of this because this is not what I want. Maybe it is. So we've got these two trees. I want this tree to be bigger. That's my problem. So let's chop this down. Like, I want it to be imposing. And so I keep planting these saplings together. Maybe I'll go grab another one. Unless I can... Well, I'm sure one will fall and then we'll replant. And same here. Like, I want... These are two different wood. Like, how did that even happen? What is this? Oh, that's the bee box. Okay, never mind. There's two? Well, we're gonna harvest them, but... I was hoping for this to be a little bit more grand to kind of come over the... Like, you see how big that spruce... God, it doesn't have to be that big, but a little bigger to sort of accentuate the side of the barn here. So we're gonna keep trying. As soon as we get the trees in the shape that we want... See, here we go. Then hopefully we can plant those two bee boxes that I have. And I want to fill this all in with sort of like a path, like a stone path here. And we'll pull some of the flowers from down that way and fill them in. We'll add some lights to really light up the rest of the perimeter. And, you know, there's little things to be done. There's stairs to put in here. I want to finish, you know, you can see our oak fence really helps establish, like, don't fall down into the ravine. It's like the key message of the fence. Just don't fall. So a message that I clearly, as we all know, need to be taught on the regular. But I think this is coming along. I really do like it. And I sort of thought I'd have more to say about it, but I guess I don't. Let's clean this up. But I want to establish, like I said, sort of the perimeter of our lands. Make sure those horrible exploders don't get in. I hate them. But I think right about here should do it. This is just a stump. I don't know why this stump is here. Just clear that out. And we can do something maybe. You know, there's room back here for something. I don't know what. We could also pull the fence in tighter. And there's a little bit of a spruce fence opportunity available here. Although, you know, we do want to be able to access the back door, as it were. So I think this all came together pretty cool. I've really put a lot of work and a lot of time. Like, all the time I have not been filming, I've been building this and rebuilding it and pulling stuff apart and changing the windows by one block to make it look better. And I think it does. I really do think it does. I'm kind of digging it. You know, I wouldn't say that it's done, but I think it's close to done. And I think we're pretty close to having achieved one of our primary goals with the bigger house, sort of more in a sort of cohesive series of buildings with our little smelting area down here. Like, all these flowers can come up and they're going to go near the beehives. I'll pull this up eventually and move it somewhere. But I do want a landscape, you know, clean up the landscape here. This was just utilitarian. It wasn't meant to be permanent. But I like the way this came together. And we'll have to do some sort of... Well, obviously I need to fix that bridge over to the village. That's another project. And some sort of staircase, maybe on this side. Heading straight down. You know, easy access there, but... I want it to feel like it all belongs together. And I think that's something that a lot of builders aim for. And a lot of them achieve, at least from what I've seen. But it takes a lot of work, and it takes, I wouldn't necessarily say planning, because I didn't plan really any of this other than this was a cool view, which we can't see right now because it's cloudy. I didn't put more thought into it than that, but I think it's really come together. You know, like another path going this way is probably prudent to get just straight to the stables with some stairs and things leading up. And I really do, you know, I wanted bees so we can get honeycomb. I've got to use my other pickaxe. I still have my silk touch pickaxe, which is not this pickaxe, but I have it. We can grab these 2 bee boxes. These guys, I don't even know. Like, this horse just won't, I rode it for a second and I was not impressed, but now it's just there, so that's fine. Billy and Sebastian, up to no good. And unnamed spot horse. I don't even know what I would call that horse. I've used up all my creativity building shit. Even this came out pretty cool. You know, I just wanted a spot to drop things like seeds and saplings and things that I would... Well, what really happened was I brought over the composter and it was just sort of in the middle of whatever over here. And I was like, this is ugly. Why would I just have this whole contraption out here? And so I wanted to disguise it a little bit, make it feel more purposeful than just like a random series of boxes. So that's how this came, you know, this little shelter here came to be, but I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I like how it came together. Is this the most impressive build anyone ever built? Certainly not. But I'm pretty pleased, and I really put a lot of work into it. And a lot of, you know, I watched a lot of videos, like I said, and I think scale is part of the problem. I was just thinking too small. I kind of wanted to put a window in here, but that's fine. It doesn't need a window. And so that's kind of it, you know. Let me grab my silk touch pickaxe. I don't know how people manage to make building interesting, and I think that's part of the problem, that I prefer to build off camera because I just don't know the tedium of it all. You know, like, it took me so long just to make this look halfway decent, and I can't imagine it would be interesting to watch. And like, some people do the oh, come on, man. Just give me like one good double. I wonder if there's a reason why. There shouldn't be. Just want a good double tree in here. I'm gonna wait for this to fully clear out and then plant the other one. Like, this is good. I can pop like the bee box right there. Actually, let's do it. Nice. I'm gonna steal these 2. A baby bee! Oh my god, so cute. There's another one right over there. You guys can all live in that one, see? Oh, perfect. Oh, they love it. Oh, I'm so happy. Let me chop this thing down. Again, just want like a nice, impressive tree. And I'm not one to like build trees on my own. I know some people make pretty cool custom trees in this game. And I don't know that that's something that I will ever aspire to do. Never say never, but let's clean up a lot of these flowers. And we're just going to move them all up for the bees. Wow. Oh! That's so cool. I got an achievement just from destroying those bees' house. But it seems like they're happy about it, so whatever. So yeah, I'm not into the custom tree genre. Maybe someday. But it seems like I like the natural selection, I guess. It's the wrong word, but you know, the game generates interesting trees on its own, and I don't feel the need to try to improve on it. Like if I was gonna do a huge build of like, you know, some people put like the nether portals and the roots of like a gnarled old tree, and it like goes to the lore. Like I get that. I wouldn't say I would never do something like that. I probably would exactly do something like that, and it probably would look bad, but I would still do it. So, other than like some such configuration, I can't see myself building a whole tree. Like, I can't build a square house. It takes me forever. So, like, why am I gonna build a tree? Wait, what kind of flowers do we have here? I thought there was gonna be more than this, but I guess not. That's okay. We'll make do. So let's see what's like the gradient here. We've got some white, blue, yellow. This is a pink, so this should be here, I guess. And yeah, okay. So let's move those. So we've got daisies, tulips, poppy, tulip, cornflower. Maybe this. Something like that. It's good enough anyway. So like, can always move them. But I obviously want to make sure we can access the bee box. So let's do like a gradient maybe? Like we'll do like I'm gonna fiddle with this. This can't be its final form. But maybe something like that. And then we can go kind of backwards. Do like this here. It's pretty. Obviously I need to get more flowers, for sure. Alright, let's see if that grows anything interesting. And this has fallen apart. That's good. Let's grab all this stuff. And it will be a surprise to nobody who's actually watched my videos, which is, at this count, I think like 6 people. But to those of you watching, I am in the middle of my laundry also. So I will be getting up at some point. Look at the bee. Oh, I love them. I'm so pleased with this. I'm so happy. Oh, that's so great. Now if we can just get this to cooperate. And actually, I think I'm going to move this over one. So let's just see if that yields the result that we're looking for. Where would we want that? Like if I was going to make a big ass tree. See what that does. But like this came out perfectly. This is exactly what I wanted. Nice and imposing for our bees. And it's gonna, you know, this will be, I intend to put maybe some sort of stone path with a little fence or something around with some lights. More of a garden, but a functional garden where we can go harvest from the beehive. So yeah, guys, I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't understand why Well, I understand why. I don't understand how, since I'm clearly not good at it. And obviously this fence is like non-functional since I could clearly obviously fall straight down there. But how do people make building fun to watch? I don't know. I don't know the answer. But I did have fun building this stuff. Okay, so hang on. I need to go fix my laundry. Check on my laundry, I should say. It doesn't need to be fixed. It's fine. But I need to look at it. So I'm gonna take a pause and be right back. All right, I think the laundry still needs another couple of minutes. So you know what I want to do? I still can't get over this view. Like, what a cool place to live. And we are going to go into those mountains at some point. I'm scared. But we still have to do it because we haven't accomplished. You know, I feel good about this house in terms of like saying we checked off a box on our list of things to do. Where's my plant stuff? But okay, so we have 21 diamonds. I think I need about 30 to ensure that I am prepared to ascend to non-complete idiot Minecraft player levels. And by that I mean enchanted diamond armor, all diamond everything, as some rapper said at some point. Probably. Where's the bone meal? So you guys see how this works, right? Oh, look, like this is full. And then there's still tons of stuff in that hopper. So just by naturally building, and I pulled up my wheat farms from down over there, if you remember, in favor of this. And like this needs a path, this needs stairs. Like it's not done. And I don't know that I need it to be done, but I think this is satisfactory. A little more zhuzhing up, and I think I'm comfortable calling this a non-starter house. Some people would probably say this is the dumbest, ugliest thing ever, but not for me. It's a vast improvement. Look at you. You're so cute. I love you. Look at your pollen. Did you get lost? Where's your house? Let's follow him. Anyway, what I think I'm gonna do, my laundry might actually be done now, which is annoying of it. I'm obsessed with this bee. Where is he going? Your house is probably this way. Look. Hello. Well, we'll find it eventually. Anyway, I think what I was saying was I'm satisfied at this point at checking off the box of non-starter house. We've got a nice big house, room for improvement, but definitely much, much, much more spacious than our original house, and a lot of work went into it. We've got a nice sort of barn thing here for our horsies. We're gonna have a little garden for some bees, and we have a halfway decent farm. Now, obviously, as we all know, I love to fish. We'll want to put a dock in. There's work to be done here, but I would feel okay concluding that we have finished one of our tasks. But that leaves the other task, which is all diamond enchanted armor. Pretty cool. All right, I think, like I said, I think my laundry is actually done now, which means I need to get back up. But then we're gonna go over here. And I think I want to take stock of the villagers. We got to fix that bridge. I know we got to fix that bridge. I don't want to talk about the bridge though. Let's take stock of the villagers and their professions. How many villager houses we will need potentially. And how we can start making sure that we have villagers to trade with. I don't want to do a villager trading hall. That just feels like kind of lazy, honestly. I'm sure I'll change my mind in the future, but for today, I don't love it. So, is there another bee lost down there? Why are they lost? It's not that confusing. Anyway. But I do want to make sure there's like a village with a layout that makes some kind of sense. And that we have at least the traders, meaning people to trade with, that we really want. Like obviously like a librarian would be good. I would love to trade with the bartender, all my rotten meats. Let's head over. This is a monstrosity. We have a farmer. We have several farmers, it appears. We got to see what else is going on in this village. So let me attend to my laundry once more, and then we'll... Guys, it's past your bedtime. Go to sleep. None of these guys appear to have jobs, which is great. I'll be in post-haste to find employment for you. Oh, that guy's employed. Well, the rest of you idiots. This one. No, that one has a job too. Whatever. We're coming back in a minute. Be right back. Bye. Okay. The laundry is cared for the moment. So let's see what we have here. Oh, you know what? Timeout again. I need my phone. Bro, go to bed. It's past bedtime. Because I need to... What's wrong? Oh, nothing's wrong. You look happy. What are you so happy about? Level 1 toolsmith. I have emeralds and I have coal. I'll trade you. Maybe not today, but I will. Anyway, I have to go grab my phone. I left it over there. All right. So the reason I wanted my phone is because I wanted to look up a list of all the villagers and their jobs. As we know, we did have a failed, or rather aborted, attempt at kind of fixing up one of the... That bee is still lost over there. I don't know how to help it. Anyway. Attempt at fixing up a village that was too frustrating. So what I want to do is sort of take stock and see what we're missing in this village. And I don't know that... I do want to sort of upgrade the houses a little bit for these guys, and like, there's no reason for this to exist. As far as I'm concerned, you know, we can sort of like cap this off and make like actual functioning roads that go places. But I need to see what's here first, and I haven't taken like a good inventory. So if we go in here, this is just stone, as far as I can see. An empty chest. No one appears to live here. There's no block that would indicate that someone has a function here. So I think we can redo this. I'm gonna have to make a map, I think. I'll do that off camera. And like, look how majestic our household looks over there. I'm so excited about it. Anyway. So like, this guy is a toolsmith, I'm going to guess. Which means he should have... Oh, that's the same guy I was just talking to. But he should have a contraption somewhere, right? Like, he should have an object that tells him what his job is. And according to my phone, which is why I went to go get it, the toolsmith should have a smithing table somewhere. But it's not at his house, so where is it? But, like, this can still be his house. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger for him or something, but... No harm in a farm. Don't mind having a farm, as long as there's not 8 farmers here. Like, who is in here? Is this another toolsmith? Where is your smithing table? He's got some kind of job, that's for sure. These guys are wandering about in the night. Like, this is cool. Maybe I'll make this attempt to grow another 4-point tree. That would be... We'll see how... It hasn't worked so far, but let's... see. Okay, this is empty. I must have slept there at some point. What's in here? A smithing table. Okay, so this belongs to someone. And maybe I'll just move somebody's bed in here, but I want to redecorate. And there's got to be stairs, I would hope, to get down there, but we're not going to jump down there right now, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, you're just watching the sun come up. Okay, that's sad. I guess, probably. Farmer is up at the crack of dawn. this can be improved upon. Whose house is this? So far I've found one block that indicates that someone has a job, and it's one smithing table, and there's 2 smiths as far as I can tell. What is your job? Are these, they're all farmers and smiths, I think. There's room for plenty. Oh, look, a baby. Why is he levitating? Who's your mother and or father or whatever? I was gonna a gender reproductive entity. Where did you come from? Oh, that's scary. So weird. Okay, well, your kid's creepy. Bye. What's in here? No, what do they call them? Nitwit? Doing nothing. You don't have a job either. All right, we've got a farmer. Based on his hat, right? Are you going to a farm? Yeah, he's going over there to his farm. That's fine. We can have 2 farmers. You're unemployed. No levitating children in this house. Just some potatoes and things. Can you do something productive for your society, please? But that's kind of good, though, because that gives us... And then this just needs to be fixed. This is horrific. I could get him 22 carrots. Probably. But, like, this is crying out for a fence. I've seen these guys, like, walking up and down this ravine before, and it's like, you should be working. You're on the clock. Don't fall in a ravine on the boss's time. I don't think this farm belongs to anybody, and maybe this gets taken down, but you know what? I'm gonna steal these carrots and sell them back to that guy. Watch me do it. And I know there's a way to encourage the villagers to reproduce. Get them in the mood. And I think that just comes from what I've seen. Or were those your carrots? Sorry, bro. Okay, go ahead. Get to planting. My bad. So who are you? A leather worker. And wait a second. Now let me look. Oh, more leather pants. Oh, geez. The leather worker's box is the cauldron. Okay. So this is his house, I guess. And he works at the cauldron for nobody knows why, but that's fine. I don't know what a cauldron has to do with leatherworking, but I'm okay with that. I don't need to know. I don't need all the answers. Oh, look, a little kid and his little pony. My little ponies. My God. You've got a big ass head, my kid. Alright, where is this other farmer who wanted carrots? Because, boy, do I have carrots. Excuse me. Must have been this guy. Hell yeah. I don't need emeralds, so... And now I can give him even more carrots? Okay. This is bizarre. No, he just wants more carrots. I mean, I have carrots at home. Okay, so I think this is going to be our farmer. This is the superior farmer, since I've just traded a bunch of shit with him, and I stole from that other farmer. He didn't seem upset about it, though. But I think he might need a new job. I think he might need a new job at the end of the day. So we have a farmer. We have 2 farmers, a leather worker, a toolsmith, and that's it. And so there's so much room for improvement here. There's a whole other farm up here. Hang on. That's too many farms. 3 farmers is too many. You're gonna need to find a new job. This guy likes potatoes. I don't have any on me. I could trade you the bread from the other guy, but I don't. Okay. There's a lot of room to expand. We don't even know what's down here. We didn't go down here. Why is that path over there? Like, this just doesn't make sense. Does not make sense to me. Does anyone even live down here? There's beds. Like, did we just pull these down? A yellow bed? Someone's fancy. Ran that guy out of town. They're like, who do you think you are? Is that... Do you just live in this cave now? It's okay if you do. Another farmer. Alright, there's too many farmers. There's too many farmers. That's my conclusion. So... what if... I just don't know how to make building interesting. Like, I have the beginnings of a plan here, and I know what I want to happen, and I just think I know how to make it happen, but I don't know how to implement it on screen in such a way that will make people interested in me having done it. So let's go back over there. Do you want milk? I should get a cow, shouldn't I? And water. I'm good on all this stuff. See ya. Just leave these guys to their own devices for the moment. Let's see if there's been progress made over here in terms of tree growth. No, there hasn't been. Currently not. So I kind of want the color scheme too to go with our vibe, which means I do have a lot of brick that I didn't wind up using. And I think we can do like a brick, maybe terracotta type vibe. I'm not making the mud brick. I like the way these came out, the mud bricks. This is jungle wood too, by the way. I think it all comes together really nicely. And my decorative pots, etc. I think this looks nice. I am not making this packed mud again. I'm not. I'm just not doing it. I'm glad I did it for this. I think it came out good. I'm not doing it for villagers. I think I would lose my mind. Can you guys see? I pulled up all the wheat from down there. That would be a great dock area, which is what I think I'm ultimately going to do with it. With a staircase and things. Again, I don't know how to do that in an interesting way on camera. And I'd almost rather just build it and say, I realize this is crappy, but this is what I built so far. And then just keep kind of improving on it until it gets to something that looks pretty good. I think this looks pretty good. Is it the best ever? No, but I think it looks pretty good, and that's good enough for me. I'm sort of surprised at how nicely everything blends too, like between the mud bricks. This is spruce, obviously, but I use a lot of jungle wood too, and it doesn't clash. At least I don't think it clashes. I like the earth tones. I would like there to be, you know, in like a real Italian sort of countryside home, there would be splashes of color, like a blue or a green in this kind of a house. But that's the best I can do is those copper doors that I had anyway, so that's fine, we'll use them. I can cut these spruce trees down and start thinking about the villagers. Facade does need to be cleaned up. We're just walking in circles at this point, and I'm yapping. But what else is new? That's pretty much this entire channel from beginning to end. Is me walking in circles and talking about nothing. Oh, oh my gosh. So I was at my parents' this weekend, and we were watching Tucci in Italy. My dad is Italian. Well, he's Italian American, but he didn't speak, according to him anyway, didn't speak English till he was 5 years old. And he only spoke Italian. And so he's never been, but he loves watching shows and stuff. And I really do like the Stanley Tucci show. I think it's on National Geographic Channel. Look at these little peas. I love them. And look, their hive is full already. Oh my gosh, so productive. Unlike those guys over there doing nothing. You bring pride to the estate. Thank you, bees. So anyway, we're watching the Stanley Tucci show. Like, this is a puny-ass tree. Like, what do I got to do around here? We're watching the Stanley Tucci show, and we had watched a few episodes because I've been down there 2 weekends in a row for like various family activities, which is another reason I don't have anything in the works in terms of episodes. This one's going to go up this week. Hopefully in a couple days I should have plenty of time to edit it before Wednesday, but so the last episode they're in Veneto, where Venice is and some other places. And the very last scene is they're like, so now we're in Verona. And I kept waiting for him to say something about like Shakespeare, which he didn't, and I appreciate that, honestly, because that would have been the obvious thing to say, like, oh, Romeo and Juliet, whatever. They didn't go there. Where they did go was to talk about the Battle of Verona, which took place on one of the Crusades and left the entire town starving to the point where they were like, we need to eat all the dead horses rotting in the field. You hear that, Billy? That's right. You're on the menu in Verona. And lo and behold, Tucci goes into somebody's house where this, woman has prepared him a horse meat stew. And he's like, wow, I love it. And like in the meantime, me and my parents were like, we just watched the Phillies lose. Not in the mood. Not in the mood, Stanley. And although, you know what, JT had a really nice play at third with Alec Bohm. But that was like the highlight. We lost anyway. Anyway, Tucci's there eating horse meat. We're all looking around like, is this guy serious? Like, and I understand it from a historical perspective. It's like 1100 whatever. There's been a crusade that rocked the shit out of your town. Everyone's starving. And they're like, well, there's all these dead animals. Normally we wouldn't eat horses, but we're really hungry. And they're just there. So they eat the horses, but then they just kept eating the horses. Like, you can go to a horse butcher and just get horse meat and eat horse meat. And there's something, it doesn't make sense. And I know that people from, obviously in America, we have certain types of livestock that we think it's okay to eat and certain animals that we don't think it's okay to eat for whatever reason. And that changes from country to country and region to region. And if I was starving and it was like starve to death or eat a horse that already died anyway, I'll cook it for you. I mean, I'd probably eat the horse, right? But it just seemed like such a strange way to end. It was like the last episode, the last 10 minutes of the last episode in like this season of the Stanley Tucci in Italy series. And he really went out on a banger. He was like, you know what? I am going to eat a horse. Literally. So you, rando, who jumped into this horse pen, I don't know what you're doing here. But one day if I get hungry, don't test me. Got an axe. It was bizarre, honestly, for an American, and possibly for many other people from other countries, but the people of Verona are cool with eating horses. And I'm not hating on them. I just don't know that it was just like a bizarre production choice. Like, ease into it. Ease into it, Stanley. You know, maybe you stick the horse meat segment somewhere in the middle and then like give them like a nice little pasta dish at the end to recover, you know, from the shock of having seen someone eating stewed horse when horses are our friends. I think that's the difference, right? There's animals that are your friends and animals that are just kind of there. Should I trade with that guy? I don't know how much he wants, but we can do it. Oh, and I can make one a cartographer. Maybe that's something we'll do right now, since I don't have a spot for this cartography table. And I don't need to make too many maps right this second. And if I ever need to make more maps, I can just go over this way. Like what were the producers doing? I just don't think I would have ended on the horse meat segment. I would have wedged that right in the middle and ended on something less alarming. Right, this is someone's house already. It's just his bed isn't here, so we'll have to move his bed. I'll have to find where he sleeps and move his bed. Let's go up this way. Some of these guys are for sure unemployed up here. Where are all these people? Hello? You don't have a job. Do you want to be a cartographer? Now you are. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it outside. I'm going to give him some room to breathe. Oh, but he loves it! Look, he loves it already! I'm just going to move it real quick. But... where'd it go? That was weird. Okay. I'm just going to put it out here. But he loves it. He loves it so much. I don't know what these guys are up to. We're going to organize this. We're going to make this better. I just don't know how to do it interestingly on camera. So I don't know what else to do in this episode, honestly. Like, this took me so long. I guess I can pick some more of these flowers. This took me so long. The house, the stable, and some of it came together easier. Like, the house was definitely harder. Because I sort of started with a shape and then I realized it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And I had to fiddle with it more. Like, the barn, I had a general idea that, like, I wanted the roof to be the opposite kind of roof as the house. You know, like, just oriented a different way. And I wanted the outside sort of fenced-in area with a little inside pen. And in my head, there were going to be individual stalls for the horses. Obviously, this isn't big enough for that, but this came together much more quickly and easily. But it still took me... look, this guy just wants to get out. He's always looking for an escape route. It came together a lot more quickly and easily. And I was also just grabbing random stuff. I had a couple extra cobblestones. I just threw them in. I have these trapdoors. I'm like, whatever. That seems like a good place for a trapdoor. Nice and decorative. And it was really just having miscellaneous stuff and sort of throwing it together. And even this thing. It just came together fairly quickly and simply. And the house just took forever and ever to figure out. This I just followed the Pinterest, video. Step by step, it wasn't too bad. Oh yeah, I went over there to trade with that guy, but they're all sleeping. Well, we'll do that, and then I guess I'm just gonna close it out, and if I manage to accomplish anything more today, it'd be nice if these trees would grow. Then maybe anyway, if I accomplish anything notable, I can always log back in and film a little more, but like, I didn't have a plan for this other than the tour of what we've done. And it's clearly not done, but it's pretty done. It's pretty done. It needs finishing touches. And I do want to upgrade our villager area, but I think that's going to have to be something that I do off camera because I just don't know how to do it in a way that... why am I doing this? It's gonna be fun to watch. Maybe nothing I do is fun to watch. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I assume certain things are entertaining. And I'm sorely mistaken. But I know for a fact people watch people build stuff in Minecraft for hours. But like, I mean, I do it. But those people are good at it and explain what they're doing and actually have a thought process, where mine is just like hope for the best. So But we did put this little bee house together. An accomplishment that I'm very happy with. And you can see the vision here, I think. Just like a little garden next to our farm here. Oh, and these are copper. Well, this one anyway is a copper lantern, which I think is pretty cool. I made some other lanterns, obviously. These are all copper lanterns. Kind of like that they're blue. So yeah, I don't know, guys. This is home now. There's still a lot of stuff in the island house. So we will be going back there, and obviously we're going to want to explore the Pale Garden. We're going to want to explore the Lush Cave some more. We are going to want to head back in that way. So it's definitely still a place where I want to keep some supplies. But I've moved a lot of it over here. Because this, I think, is going to be where we're going to be. Is it the final destination? Probably not, but for the next little while, this is the house. And I'm pretty happy with it. Those things are calling my name. I'm terrified of what lies beneath. I'm very scared. And we've got another portal, and we've got to get there. But first, we have to get diamond armor, and that means another trip into the mines for a little more diamonds. But not today. Today I'm going to log out for now. And again, I'm just going to keep building, and if something interesting happens and I have something more to show, I have plenty of time to film a little bit more before it's already Sunday. I have to go to work tomorrow like an idiot. Unlike these people over there, they just walk around all day. That would be cool. Can't. I have to go to work. So let's call it here for now. We will go up on our balcony for one last glimpse of the view. But I really like how this is coming together. And I think at the point where we're ready to do full diamond enchanted armor, I need more levels for that too. So that's a whole other situation. But I think I'd be satisfied with calling this house ready to go and checking the first box of our to-do list. So on that note, I'm going to get back to work. And I will surely let you guys know if I build anything cool. And if not, I'll see you next time. And that's it. I'll talk to you later.